Italy's Renaissance and Baroque story rises from regional brilliance to world-changing breakthroughs. To feel that evolution, follow this countdown from influential, regionally defining places to the cities that rewired Western art. You'll see painting step into real space, sculpture breathe, and architecture turn into theater. By the end, you'll be able to spot the moment Renaissance balance transforms into Baroque emotion, even if you've never studied art. Ready? Let's roam. Number 10. Lecce. In Lecce, architecture is carved like lace. The soft local limestone lets facades ripple with lions, vines, saints, and symbols. The Basilica di Santa Croce stands as the masterpiece, its rose window framed by columns that twist and bloom like stone vines. Here, architecture itself became sculpture, designed to overwhelm and inspire awe. This is Baroque not confined to a chapel or altar, but alive on every street, turning daily life into spectacle. Lecce proved that art could define an entire city's identity. Number 9. Sicily, Catania, and the Val di Noto. After the earthquake of 1693, entire towns in southeastern Sicily had to be rebuilt almost from scratch. The result was a unified expression of late Baroque design, unlike anything else in Europe. In Catania, churches line Via dei Crociferi, their facades of black lava stone contrasting with pale limestone, a city literally sculpted from fire and rebirth. In Noto, the cathedral and palaces glow honey gold at sunset, balconies sprouting cherubs and masks that seem to smirk at the world below. Ragusa and Modica tumble down hillsides in sweeping theatrical form. These towns are more than beautiful. They are the Baroque ideal turned into city planning, places where faith, power, and pride were rebuilt together after ruin. Number 8. Naples. Naples brought the Baroque down to the street. In the Pio Monte della Misericordia, Caravaggio's 7 Works of Mercy squeezes an entire city's humanity into one frame: beggars, the sick, the dying, and the kind. The painting still hangs in the chapel it was made for, surrounded by the life it represents. In the Capodimonte Museum, Renaissance calm gives way to Baroque intensity as you move from Raphael's grace to Caravaggio's shadows. Naples shows that Baroque was never just decoration. It was about life, compassion, and survival, painted with the urgency of a city that never stops moving. Number 7. Bologna. In Bologna, the Carracci family changed painting forever. They founded an academy that rejected the artificial poses of mannerism and returned to truth, anatomy, and classical order. Their approach became the foundation of Baroque painting, merging discipline with emotion. Annibale Carracci's altarpieces show ordinary people touched by grace, still human, but transformed by light. From this movement came the ceiling illusionists who would soon turn entire churches into visions of heaven. Bologna became the classroom of the Baroque, where the language of realism and beauty was rewritten for a new age. Number 6. Milan. Milan is where technical mastery turned into raw humanity. Mantegna's Dead Christ in the Pinacoteca di Brera confronts the viewer with startling realism, the perspective so sharp it feels like the body is right in front of you. A century later, Caravaggio took that same idea and infused it with drama. His figures are lit by divine light, but wear the faces of common people. In Milan, painting crossed from science into storytelling. The Renaissance had measured space. Now artists measured emotion. Number 5. Mantua. In Mantua, Andrea Mantegna painted a room that changed everything. The Camera degli Sposi inside the Palazzo Ducale surrounds visitors with illusion. Painted columns, open skies, and laughing faces looking down through a painted oculus. For the first time, art didn't decorate space. It controlled it. Mantegna turned perspective into performance, blending real architecture and imagined heaven into one seamless vision. This was the seed of the Baroque, where walls would soon melt away entirely into light and air. Number 4. Parma. Parma carried illusion upward. In the cathedral dome, Correggio's fresco swirls into the heavens, a storm of angels, clouds, and light that seems to lift the roof from its frame. It was a vision of motion, not symmetry. When viewers looked up, they felt pulled into the scene. This was the bridge from Renaissance order to Baroque movement, a moment when painting stopped obeying the limits of walls and ceilings and began to dissolve them. Number 3. Venice. Venice followed its own Renaissance path, one led by color and light. In the Gallery dell'Accademia, Giorgione's Tempest glows with mysterious weather and emotion, while Titian's canvases pulse with warmth and humanity. Here, atmosphere mattered more than geometry. Then came Tintoretto, whose work at the Scuola Grande di San Rocco engulfs viewers in massive scenes that spiral across walls and ceilings. Venetian art feels cinematic centuries before cinema existed, immersive, alive, and unpredictable. Venice showed that painting could move, that color could carry the same drama as form. Number 2. Rome. Rome is the stage where two eras meet. The Renaissance reached perfection here with Raphael's School of Athens, a vision of reason and order where philosophers and saints share the same calm space. Michelangelo's Sistine Chapel pushed human form to divine limits, proving art could match creation itself. But Rome also gave birth to the Baroque. The Counter-Reformation demanded feeling, not just intellect, and Bernini answered. His ecstasy of St. Teresa turns marble into flesh and fire, a vision frozen mid-breath. Borromini reshaped space entirely in San Carlo alle Quattro Fontane, domes rippling like music. In Rome, art stopped explaining faith and began making you feel it. Number 1. Florence. Florence comes last because it comes first. In the early 1400s, this city invented the Renaissance and changed the course of Western art. The Uffizi holds Botticelli's Birth of Venus and Leonardo's Annunciation, where myth and nature merge with mathematical grace. In the Brancacci Chapel, Masaccio's frescoes show figures casting real shadows, standing in real light, marking the moment painting became three-dimensional. And at the Bargello, Donatello's bronze David stands as the first freestanding nude since antiquity, a quiet symbol of freedom and intellect. In Florence, perspective, proportion, and humanism found perfect balance. Every innovation that followed, from Michelangelo's strength to Bernini's passion, began here, in a city that taught the world how to see. This countdown rises from regional brilliance to global revolution. Lecce and Sicily turned art into cityscapes. Naples gave faith a human face. Bologna, Milan, Mantua, and Parma built the tools of illusion and empathy. Venice flooded those tools with light and color. Rome crowned one era and sparked another. And Florence began it all, the place where curiosity, courage, and beauty combined to reshape civilization. If this journey helped you see the shift from Renaissance balance to Baroque drama, subscribe to Rome Roster for more cinematic explorations of art, history, and the places that still shape the way we see the world. Until next time, let's keep roaming.